a drive over here to Liberty Sculpture Park here in Nirmo. It looked kind of interesting, and I'm gonna get out and show you guys around. I've never been here before. Let's check it out. This stretch of land, 36 acres to be exact, in Nirmo, is known as the Liberty Sculpture Park. It was established in 2017 by several Chinese dissidents. It's to show the Chinese people's desire for freedom and to condemn the Chinese Communist government's actions against the Chinese people and of the world. The park is run by several dissidents, one of them named Wei Ming Chin. This is the statue of Lai Wengyang, another prisoner of the China government. Disgusting what they do to their people. When you read these little plaques that people are put through against communism, must really suck. I hope we're not headed that way in the United States. I fear we might. Pretty much the whole entire park. It's really interesting. If you are on your way to Las Vegas, stop by. It's in Nirmo. It's very interesting. A lot of history. And make a donation. I did. Let's keep it going. There's a new installation going in over there. To my understanding, there were several fires. The first fire destroyed a sculpture criticizing China's handling of the coronavirus. It's called the CCP virus statue. Mr. Chen says the fire was believed to be caused by agents of China's Communist Party. They are now in the U.S. Yes, they are actually here. The U.S. Justice Department later accused 3 men with ties to Beijing of causing the fire. The CIA, I guess, or what's left of it today, believes the coronavirus, most likely came from a lab in China. Apparently, so do many of China's people. Of course, this sculpture caught my eye. It's beautiful. This sculpture commemorates Crazy Horse, an Oglala Lakota warrior who led a victory against the U.S. Army at the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876, otherwise known as Custer's Last Stand. This is the CCP virus statue, otherwise known as China Communist Party. The coronavirus was believed to have been started in a lab in China. The first statue was burnt down, as you can see to the left. So this installation was burnt down. The guy that put it together, I think it was him, it's through a friend of mine that I heard this. He said it was the China government. I don't know. It's hearsay. But I guess they didn't want the COVID virus information out. This was their way of striking back. That's what I heard. I don't know. Hearsay is only that, hearsay. Hopefully they'll come and rebuild this, but they didn't burn this one. I think this is the same guy. It's all about the COVID virus. So many people died from that. I myself, well, I'm a home health care nurse, so I was actually exposed to it early on, 3 different times. All 3 of those people passed away. I never even got it, so I felt like Mr. Strongman. But eventually, I did get it. A month or 2 or 3 ago, after I had been sick in the hospital with some virus I got. I don't know what it was, some infection. My immune system was down, I guess, who knows. But I'm here to tell about it. This is what I call the wave statue, and it commemorates the freedom swimmers who swam from mainland China to Hong Kong during the Cultural Revolution from 1966 to 1976. Many did not survive. I really had a hard time with this video because it's heartbreaking. I can't imagine having to swim a body of water to get away from your country because it's so bad. It's just heartbreaking. This is the whistleblower statue. Dr. Li Wenliang was the first person to release information about the coronavirus online in 2019. He warned his co-workers of the virus. Then the Chinese government came around and they accused him of spreading lies and rumors and issued him warnings and threats if he didn't stop. He had to sign a confession, under duress of course, before going back to work. While working in the isolation ward, somehow he contracted the COVID virus and passed away on February the 7th, 2020. In March 2020, the Chinese government withdrew their warning threat, but then the virus had spread globally. I think the next time you buy something that says made in China, you may want to think about it. This is really heartbreaking. Who knew society was so toxic and cruel? This sculpture portrays the umbrella movement, in which protesters in Hong Kong used umbrellas to stand in solidarity for democracy. This is a front view of the umbrella movement sculpture. This is the Lenin Wall. I won't get all of it because it's quite long. Almost anything I do, you guys can look up on Google, on the internet. It goes on and on. There's so much to see here, I can't get it all in the video. Here's another exhibit here at the Liberty Park.
64 represents June 4th. That was the day the Communist Party began sending in military to disperse the Tiananmen Square protesters, initiating a massacre of thousands of students.
Not sure what this depicts. We'll go look at the marquee over here and see what it says.
What it depicts is the man in front of the tank stood in front of the tank, sent by the Communist Party to disperse the 1989 Tiananmen Square protests. He stood there to block them. Keep in mind, in China, you can't have these type of sculptures. In the U.S., you can, at least for now. This is probably one of the most disgusting sculptures here when you read the history about it. What this represents is the chained woman. This is a woman who was found in chains, and she was forced to bear 8 or 9 children, and the Communist Party suppressed her story, claiming human trafficking does not exist in China. Can you imagine being forced to bear 8 children while in chains and having a little tiny room like the one that she's standing in front of to sleep in? 8 children, that's at least 8 years. Well, we know it's longer. Thank God, or for someone, that our country isn't communist. And protect your rights and protect your country to keep it from becoming that way.
Somebody left some flowers. I'm assuming the red paint that they painted with all over the floor depicts blood. And on the sculpture itself, there's writing on the walls. Apparently this is what her enclosure looked like. Really sad. Really disgusting.
自由雕塑公园